What is up, you far out interdimensional beings? We are here today with Ethereum Classic, trying to figure out the difference between that and Ethereum and why it's been bumping lately. So let's get into it. We are on CoinGecko.com. I have switched over to this just a little bit, just because I like their little things down here that they show the percentages over the course of time. And so we can see here that in the last 30 days, Ethereum Classic has jumped 428.9%, and in the last 14 days, it's been 228.9%. So that's quite a spike. That's good gains, you know. And what happened with it, and why is this going the way it is? So it has honestly gone down in the past 24 hours. Let's look at the last 7 days. It probably even spiked, yeah. So it was in an all-time high of 160, and then it dropped to 108, and basically the whole market dipped. So that's probably the explanation for that dip. But with Ethereum Classic, we're looking at a market cap of 13.7 billion and a circulating supply of 127 million, and the max supply of 210 million. Now that max supply is important because Ethereum Classic has a fixed supply. Now, finding the very specific differences between ETH and ETC has been tough. It'd be cool if it was just on a side-by-side chart. I'll see what I can do about making that happen later on, but that is difficult. But we're going to look at their website and try to look at what they're saying about their own business. So, oh yeah, sorry, the green's going to be a little tough right now. But this is their website, ethereumclassic.org. You can go over here and find some of the news that's been coming out about them. They don't have much on this website, believe it or not, but I'll show you a little bit of how to navigate it for yourself if you want. So what is Ethereum Classic's value proposition? They say that they're decentralized, immutable, and unstoppable. Decentralized as in an active ecosystem of participants in a global permissionless network, and immutable as an untampered ledger since the 2015 Ethereum Classic Genesis block, and unstoppable censorship-resistant network executing contracts exactly as programmed. So really, that value proposition is a good one, but it is a little basic because you find that in other cryptocurrencies. A lot of cryptocurrencies are decentralized. A lot of them are untampered with, and a lot of them seem to be unstoppable. But this, I think the reason they laid this out is because it's a fork of Ethereum, and some of the issues with Ethereum were solved with Ethereum Classic. So they don't really have too much here in terms of their homepage. You can go to their socials. They got Discord, Telegram, Reddit, Twitter, the whole 9 yards. But you can come up here to Knowledge Base, and you click Knowledge Base, and then it gives you some of these. You can click on some of these links. You can click on all of these. We're going to look at the FAQ and their roadmap. And so their roadmap, they launched in 2015. Block 2000, block 1.1 million. And then April 5th, 2016. Oh, wait. Can I scroll all the way over it? Oh, yeah. Drag. Okay. So, wow. So they have a very long roadmap. This is a very detailed roadmap. A very detailed roadmap. And then, so what you see here, this is pretty cool. On July 20th, 2020, client depreciation attacks. On the 4th anniversary of the Dow bailout hard fork, ETH-centric client maintainers orchestrate a social attack on Ethereum Classic. So they've been attacking their network and just trying to make it better and unhackable, and they've been successful with it so far. So you're looking at the roadmap. They're talking about the future. They haven't really gone into a 2021, even though their roadmap goes back for 5 years. They haven't done anything for 2021. That does not mean that they're not working on stuff. They are killing it. So, yep. Okay. So, their roadmap is very, very lengthy and detailed. Check it out for yourself, and we're going to move on to the FAQ. So, really here, I'm going to start from the bottom here because they have some. So what is a Coinbase? What is proof of work information? What is mining? All of this stuff we should know. If you don't, go on there. It's a great explanation of it. I also have a crypto terminology video, so you can go ahead and click on that bad boy. But basically, they just explain a little bit about cryptocurrencies. But here is the real juice, the real juicy information, the real meat and potatoes. You're going to want to understand how is Ethereum Classic related to Ethereum. So what's the difference? Some of these are YouTube videos. Some of these are articles. So come in here, click on this yourself. I'm not going to go over and just watch YouTube videos, but they explain why they split and the difference between ETH and ETC. And this is also some links that are YouTube videos and articles that explain Ethereum Classic. However, you can also read this article from CoinDesk called Understanding the Dow Attack. I call it Dow, some people call it DAO, but I call it Dow because that's a pretty cool pronunciation of it, and that's how I'm going to pronunciate it. So that's how I'm going to pronounce it. So it explains what happened to Ethereum way back when, why there was a hard fork, and why ETH came from the ashes of this attack. It's a great article. Look through it when you can. I'm just going to go through some of the other things, trying to get into some more meat and potatoes. But here's their Reddit really quick. I haven't joined it because all of it seems to be a bunch of memes and just discussion on it. And it's cool to see the hype because you need to understand the hype behind a coin, because something like Dogecoin with a lot of hype can take right off just from the hype alone. But this has a serious use case, so these memes aren't as important to the movement of ETC as it is to Dogecoin, but you do want to understand the hype around a coin, because a good use case and a lot of hype can lead to a lot of gains. So here's the real meat and potatoes that I suggest you check out. It's etherplan.com. How Ethereum Classic will surge past 7,000 in the next 10 years. Don't place your bets on 7,000 anytime soon, but let's take a look at why they say that. Few systems will win the blockchain format war. The Nakamoto consensus is the most secure consensus mechanism, and basically that's proof of work. Ethereum Classic is going to be a proof of work system that has a finite supply. So it is going to be essentially the silver of cryptocurrency. It'll be the only top proof of work smart contracts blockchain. So here it's a little bit hard to see, but it says not programmable proof of work, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, BSV, Monero, Doge. Then it says programmable smart contracts proof of work, ETC. So it is literally the only one. And then you got proof of stake, and all of these things over here, and ETC is switching to proof of stake. So you're no longer going to be able to mine Ethereum at the end of 2021-ish. So Ethereum Classic is still going to be proof of work, and it's got a fixed monetary policy. This makes it a very, very niche coin. This makes it a very niche investment. It's going to be one of a kind. I'm not saying that someone can't come along in years to come and switch that up, but as of right now, you've got proof of work, programmable smart contracts. Ethereum Classic is the only one. So that this little chart that you can't read right here is enough of a reason to invest in ETC, because you see right here that it is a very niche coin. There are thousands of cryptocurrencies in the market today. It's so hard to choose from them. It's so hard to figure out which one's going to be your best investment. A lot of them are going to be good investments. Which one's going to be your best? I definitely see a lot of long-term gains with this one. So you're going to see, I don't know, you might even see this start competing with Ethereum. This is, I think it's number 15 right now out of all the coins, the top coins, number 15, Ethereum Classic. So I think that you're going to see that move up in the ranks as it becomes more and more valuable. The network reorganization attacks have made it more resilient. So those things we looked at on their roadmap, that has made it a much more valuable coin, because they're trying to break it and they can't. So then the next one is that it has a capped supply. We all know that Bitcoin has a capped supply. Bitcoin supply will never surpass 21 million Bitcoin, and Ethereum Classic supply will never surpass 210 million Ethereum Classic. So both cryptocurrencies have the goal of mimicking gold to become digital gold. Now, as you could see, the Bitcoin has 21 million and ETC has 210 million. So I would see Ethereum Classic more as silver than gold, because Bitcoin is going to be more scarce than Ethereum Classic. There's 10 times the amount of Ethereum Classic that are going to be in existence than Bitcoin. So I see it being more of a silver, but I definitely see this going. I honestly see it going past 7,000, because I see Bitcoin hitting some numbers that we have never seen before in the history of investing. But that's just my guess. This is not financial advice. And then number 6, its positioning will make it complementary to Bitcoin at the base layer. The base layer will be as valuable as gold, maybe silver. That's what I'm going for. And they say, therefore, ETC will likely rise past 7,000 in the next 10 years. So let's take a look at this chart real quick. Bitcoin price, they're saying in the next 10 years, it's going to be at 142,000. And they're saying that ETC in the next 10 years will be at 7,000. So I'll read you this little paragraph too. As seen in the table below, if the base layer only achieves 50% of the value of gold in 10 years, then Bitcoin will be worth 3 trillion, or around $143,000 per Bitcoin, and Ethereum Classic 1.5 trillion, or 7,100 Bitcoin. So here's the crazy thing, that 50% of the value of gold in 10 years, that is like just a weird thing to measure, because then Bitcoin will be worth 3 trillion. Bitcoin right now, today, on, I don't even know the day, but on May 11th, 2021, Bitcoin is $1 trillion, or even more than $1 trillion. So that they're saying that in the next 10 years that Bitcoin is only going to be worth $3 trillion. I don't think that. I think Bitcoin is going to be worth far more than $3 trillion 10 years from today. So also, that means that Ethereum Classic will be worth more than 1.5 trillion 10 years from today. It's already got a huge market cap of 13 billion. I mean, it does have a long way to go to reach a trillion, but I definitely think that within the next 4 years, you got that next bull run. I think that you're going to see a lot higher of a market cap of these coins than is projected right here. So my price prediction for ETC over the next 10 years is much higher than 7,000, but my price prediction for ETC over the course of this next year is, about a 3-4x. I think that they, about $400. I think that's attainable in this bull run, but I don't think that it's going to be 7,000, because I don't think that Bitcoin is going to be 142,000 in the next 10 years. I think Bitcoin is going to be 142,000 in the next maybe 2 years, bare minimum at the next 4 years. So at the next halving of Bitcoin, it's going to be worth that, because at this halving we went from, what was it, somewhere around 10,000 to 60,000. The next one, so we 5x'd Bitcoin. So if we 5x Bitcoin and we take that same level of growth and apply it to the next halving where Bitcoin becomes more scarce, then it's going to go from 60,000 to almost 300,000. That's double what they're saying right now. So I definitely don't see Bitcoin. I mean, this is such a conservative estimate. This is like boomer estimates. But they're saying that ETC will be $7,000 in the next 10 years. I say go for it, because if you have an investment that you buy at $100 turns into $7,000 in 10 years, that is going to be something that is worth a whole heap and lot of money. So definitely check into ETC on your own. Do your own research, see if it's a coin for you. I definitely think it's going to be the silver. I definitely think that Ethereum is coming up with some serious competition with ADA and Polkadot, and I think that they're going to have to adapt to each other. I think that Polkadot and Cardano are going to make their way into the market share for smart contracts. They're going to battle with Ethereum. Ethereum's going to hit a few more road bumps. Their gas prices are through the roof right now. They've really got to do something about that, because it's really hard to use Ethereum when you have to pay $100 each transaction. That is nuts. So we're looking at that. ETC is going to come out ahead. ETC is going to be, I definitely think it's going to go parabolic. Not necessarily this year. I definitely think it's going to see some steady growth, but I think that it is going to be an investment of a lifetime here in the future. I think that maybe you're seeing, so here's a good estimate. My apologies for not talking about this sooner, but if it's 100% of gold is somewhere around $11 trillion dollars, its market cap. Oh yeah, 12 trillion. Okay, here we go. So if Bitcoin is $12 trillion dollars in the next 10 years, which I definitely see that being achievable, because that's a 12x from where we're at today, then it's going to be worth 285,000, and ETC will be worth 14,000. So I think that's a much more realistic price point for crypto, Bitcoin, ETC, and I definitely think that ETC has some very differentiating factors that will let it be a huge competitor in the whole crypto space, but it's also just going to be sitting pretty all by itself right here in the category of programmable smart contracts that run off a proof of work system. So it's definitely got its uniqueness. Go ahead, check out ETC, and let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you have a different price prediction for Ethereum Classic, let me know in the comments below. If you are hype about ETC, tell me why in the comments below. And until then, you have yourselves a great day, you far out interdimensional beings. That is all. Peace.